What if the real Jesus wasn't just a moral teacher, but a mystic? Imagine him absorbing the world's oldest wisdom, not to build a religion, but to ignite the divine spark within us all. Ancient texts suggest that his missing years were filled with profound study, exploring sacred sciences from Egypt to India. This journey sought knowledge that challenged the established order, knowledge the Church later buried to maintain control. Join us as we uncover the hidden teachings of Jesus and discover why they were kept from us. The period between the ages of 12 and 30 is often referred to as Christ's lost years, a time shrouded in speculation and curiosity. Without a scriptural record, we're left to piece together the fragments of history and tradition. Imagine Jesus, not as a wandering boy, but as a young seeker fiercely dedicated to understanding the mysteries of existence. Ancient texts and early mystical traditions suggest he traveled far beyond the hills of Nazareth. It's believed he immersed himself in the mystery schools of Egypt, Persia, and India. Here, he encountered profound teachings that were essentially the essence of transformation, initiation, and resurrection. In the sacred halls of Egyptian temples, he would have absorbed the wisdom of Thoth and the elusive emerald tablets, knowledge that illuminated the nature of the immortal soul and the journey from the tangible to the divine. These years weren't idle, they were transformative. Picture him deep in meditation, grappling with the nature of light and shadow, learning to integrate the cosmic truths into something profoundly relatable. He wasn't simply absorbing doctrine, but engaging with timeless wisdom that would later emerge in his teachings. The person who returned to Galilee wasn't untrained. He was a master of synthesis, one who could weave intricate truths into the simple, powerful parables that would resonate deeply with the hearts of those around him. By the time he stepped back into public life, he carried an understanding that transcended his early, humble origins. That inner knowing informed his every word and action, making him an extraordinary figure who could speak to the soul of humanity. These lost years, rather than being a void, were a crucible, shaping a teacher who would ultimately challenge and inspire generations. Now let's have a look at the powerful assertion that Jesus made. The kingdom of heaven is within you. This wasn't just a poetic expression. He was revealing a profound truth about our inner nature and potential. To some, this might feel like a lofty idea, but let's break it down because it speaks directly to each of us. The Gnostics referred to this as gnosis, that deep intuitive knowing that transcends ordinary understanding. Imagine being able to look beyond the daily distractions, peeling away the layers of illusion, and connecting directly to the divine essence within you, a light that's always been there, waiting to shine. When Jesus said, "You are the light of the world," he wasn't simply encouraging belief in a distant deity. He was reminding us that we're made from the same sacred essence as the source. This realization can be both liberating and intimidating. It challenges the structures built on obedience and control, because if the divine resides within each of us, no person or institution can obstruct our access to it. In recognizing this inner light, we awaken to our own authority, one that can illuminate not just our path, but also the world around us. It's a call to embrace our true selves and live without the shackles of external validation or fear. So, let's reflect on our own lives. How often do we neglect this inner light, allowing the noise of the outside world to dim our brilliance? As we navigate our daily lives, remember that this divine spark isn't just a comforting idea. It empowers you to challenge the status quo and connect deeply with the universe. Embrace that light, nurture it, and let it guide you. It's time to awaken the kingdom within. Now let's look deeper into the idea that the cross serves as an initiation, a powerful symbol of transformation. To those who were truly initiated into ancient mysteries, the cross was far more than a mere tool of execution. It represented a profound journey, a spiritual crossing from one state of existence to another. Imagine for a moment the initiates of ancient Egypt as they entered the dark tombs. a ritual intended to symbolize their symbolic death. They willingly embraced the darkness, understanding that it was within the depths of that darkness that true awakening began. In a similar vein, Jesus reenacted this ancient rite through his crucifixion, descent, and eventual resurrection. This sacred pattern of mystical death and rebirth has echoed throughout mystery schools for millennia, suggesting a universal truth about our spiritual evolution. When Jesus spoke the words, "You must be born again," he was challenging us to rethink our understanding of transformation. This wasn't just an invitation to change our beliefs, it was a call to die to our egos, shedding the layers of illusion that bind us. The crux of this spiritual journey lies within each of us. The true cross is not a physical entity, but rather an internal intersection. Here, the human condition meets the divine essence, where the veil of illusion is lifted, and true awareness begins to flourish. Think about moments in your own life when you faced challenges that felt like the end of something, whether it was a relationship, a career, or even a deeply held belief. These moments, though painful, often serve as critical turning points. Call them your personal crosses. They can lead to profound self-discovery and transformation if you allow them to. As we move forward, let's explore how recognizing these moments of inner death can catalyze our rebirth and deepen our connection to the divine aspect within ourselves. In 1945, beneath the sun-baked sands of Nag Hammadi, a remarkable discovery was made. An ancient jar, buried for 16 centuries, revealed a collection of Gospels, texts that history seemed determined to forget. Among them was the Gospel of Thomas, a work that strayed strikingly from the narratives we're so familiar with in the Bible. Imagine for a moment picking up a text that doesn't recount miracles, crucifixions, or traditional tales. Instead, it offers a collection of sayings of Jesus, profound whispers meant to stir something deep within us. One saying captures this beautifully: "Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift the stone, and you will find me there." This is more than metaphor. It suggests that the divine isn't retreating in distant heavens. No, the presence of Christ lives all around us, embedded in the very fabric of our existence. Take a moment to think about that. How often do we search for meaning outside ourselves, believing that enlightenment or salvation lies in some far-off place? The Gospel of Thomas flips that idea on its head. It teaches us that salvation isn't just an eventual reward awaiting us after death. It's here, now, in this very moment, accessible through awakening to the truth that the light of Christ already flickers within each of us. This isn't just ancient wisdom, it's an invitation to discover and nurture that inner light, to engage with the world around us, and to realize that the essence of the divine permeates even the ordinary moments of our lives. So, what happens when we embrace this teaching? What transformations unfold when we recognize that we don't need to look externally for answers? Embracing the wisdom of the Gospel of Thomas might just be the key to unlocking a profound and personal experience of faith. The Gnostics taught that every soul is essentially a fragment of divine light, a sliver of the cosmos that descended into the dense realm of matter, and in doing so, forgot its origin. Imagine your spirit, a radiant spark, navigating through the complexities of existence, only to experience the fog of forgetfulness. Now consider for a moment the notion of Christ, not as a historical figure on a pedestal, but as a universal principle, a voice, a whisper within you. This voice emerges in moments of stillness, when the chaos of daily life fades. It's during those quiet times, perhaps while meditating or reflecting in nature, that you may feel a surge of inspiration or profound clarity. That gentle nudge you feel to reconnect with something deeper is the essence of the Christos. This frequency of unity, wisdom, and love isn't confined to one individual. It resides within all beings. To follow the path of Christ isn't merely about worshiping an image. It's about stirring awake the consciousness that lies dormant inside each of us. This is where the true resurrection occurs, not in a historical event, but in the intimate rebirth of your own divine awareness within this human form. So, how do we begin this journey of remembrance? Start by listening. Pay attention to those whispers. They are the gentle reminders nudging you back to your true nature. Embrace moments of solitude where the inner divine essence can emerge, allowing you to reconnect with who you truly are. In doing so, we ignite that sparkling light within, celebrating not just our individual existence, but our collective return to the source. As we journey deeper, we find that Jesus' secret teaching calls us to a profound truth. Life isn't meant to be confined to temples or pages of ancient scripture. Instead, it's about living fully in each moment. Think about it. Every time we act with awareness, compassion, or forgiveness, we reignite that divine spark within us. This is the essence of truly following Christ. It's about embodying that divine consciousness in our daily lives. Imagine seeing the sacred in everyone and everything around you. The church may have built walls, but Jesus? He built pathways to inner vision. The kingdom he described isn't a distant realm we'll discover after death. It's a state of being we can awaken to right here and now. As we remember our interconnectedness, that inner light we carry starts to shine brighter, illuminating the illusion of separation. This is the path of the inner Christ, the teachings that often remain hidden. It's within all of us, just waiting to be embraced. How can you honor that light today? The hidden truth is clear. Jesus' message is about your awakening, not blind worship. As you remember your divine nature, watch fear crumble. The Christ within is ready to shine, illuminating your soul directly.